This video will walk you through how to complete your professional development plan in Interfolio. We have an Interfolio website on the Office of the Provost homepage, which holds resources for faculty about Interfolio. There is a link on this page to log into Interfolio directly, as well as the resources page that contains upcoming training dates, where to sign up for training, and training guides. To log in to Interfolio, go to the Office of the Provost homepage and click Faculty Resources. You will find the Interfolio button, which will take you to our FGCU Interfolio homepage. Click the Interfolio Login button, which will take you directly to our FGCU single sign-on link. You will put in your FGCU network credentials. Another way to log into Interfolio is to go to interfolio.com. Click Login at the top of the page. Once you are at the login screen, click Sign In with Partner Institution and search for Florida Gulf Coast University. Click Sign In, which will take you to our FGCU single sign-on link. You will put in your FGCU network credentials. Once you log in, it will ask if you want to go to either Review and Promotion or Dossier. Review and Promotion is where any FGCU processes and workflows live, and the Dossier is your personal storage space for materials. To find your PDP, we are going to go to Review and Promotion. Your PDP will show up on your home page as one of your tasks. Click on the PDP to start filling out the information. We will go over later in this video how to locate your PDP once it is submitted and no longer on the home page. There will be 3 sections of the PDP. These sections are the faculty assignment form, scheduled teaching, and the PDP narrative. First, we will look at the faculty assignment form. This form is required by the collective bargaining agreement and is designed for faculty to give a high-level overview of their expected workload for the year. To begin the faculty assignment form, click Add. In Part A, you will put in the start term and end term, and then fill in the allocated anticipated percentages of teaching, scholarship, and service activities for the year. There is also the option to add an administrative activity percentage if that applies to you. This form is not tied to the FAR activity form for state reporting purposes, so you should be able to accurately reflect how you anticipate allocating your time. In Part B, you will indicate if you have any course release time for the upcoming year. If you do not have any releases, then you do not need to do anything with this section. If you do have a release, you will select the type of release from the drop-down menu. If none of those in the drop-down pertain to your release, then click Other and put a short description. Then you will put in the amount of credit hours your total release is for. Lastly, Part C is where optional attachments can be uploaded. Interfolio gives the option in most sections to upload an attachment, so we left this field open. It is not required to upload any attachments for this section, but we wanted to leave it open in case you wish to upload something. Once finished with the faculty assignment form, click Save and Go Back at the bottom to return to your PDP. Your scheduled teaching should automatically populate here. This data comes from Banner and should reflect what is shown on Gulfline. Since spring courses have not been populated on Gulfline yet, only fall courses will appear for now. If you see any issues regarding your scheduled teaching, please reach out to Kristen Toth or Andy Clemens. The final portion of your PDP form is the narrative. Click Add to populate where you will fill in your narrative. Fill in the start term and end term and use the text boxes to fill in your teaching, scholarship, and service goals. This format matches the PDP forms that were used prior on the Office of the Provost website. There is also an Other text box in case you have anything additional you would like to add, as well as an administration text box in case there is administrative work that you would like to capture. You can either type directly into the text boxes to fill in your narrative or copy and paste from another document. At the bottom of the form, you will indicate whether you plan to apply for promotion within the next 2 years. You can select yes, no, or other. If you select other, a text box will appear so you can provide more detail. At the bottom of the page, click Save and go back to return to the main page of your PDP. If you would like to make edits to the faculty assignment form or PDP narrative, you will click the pencil icon under the Actions tab to the far right. This will reopen the section you are working in. Make any necessary changes and then scroll to the bottom and click Save and go back to save any changes. To preview your PDP in all the sections as one document, click the Preview button on the top right of the screen. Select the activity period and then you can click to either preview or print in preview. The document will then open as one PDF. Once you are ready to submit your PDP to your supervisor, scroll to the top of the page and click the Submit for Review button. Once you submit the PDP, it will no longer show up as a task on your home page. To check the status of your PDP after you have submitted it, go to Forms and Reports on the left tab. Here you will find any initiated forms in Interfolio. You should then see your PDP and its status. If you click into the PDP, you can see the exact date that the action took place. There are 3 different options in which you might need to revise your PDP. The first is if you receive supervisor feedback. The second is if you'd like to make a revisement yourself. And 3, if you'd like to make an amendment to your PDP past the deadline. Once your supervisor reviews your PDP, they will have the option to send it back to you with comments. If they do this, you will receive an email in your inbox from Interfolio notifying you. When you log in to Interfolio, the PDP will also show up again on your home page. Once you click into the PDP, the note from your supervisor will appear at the top under Administrator Note. You can then make any necessary changes and click Submit for Review again. If you would like to revise your PDP after it has been submitted but not sent back to you by your supervisor, click on the Forms and Reports tab on the left. Find your PDP and make any updates by clicking the pencil icon under the Actions tab. Once any changes have been made and saved, click Submit for Review to submit again to your supervisor. If you would like to make an amendment to your PDP past the deadline, we will need to initiate a new PDP for you. This is so that we can accurately capture any changes from the original PDP that was submitted at the deadline. When the amended PDP is initiated, it will populate all of the information from your original PDP, so you will not need to completely start over. You can then make the necessary adjustments, save the changes, and click Submit for Review to your supervisor. If you have any additional questions about completing your PDP in Interfolio, feel free to reach out to Kristen Toth or Andy Clemens at any time.